Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well, enjoying the summer weather, I guess, now. Thank you for coming out to our second annual GL Jazz Festival. We started it last year. We had 4 bands, and now this year we're up to 7. So you're in for a treat. You're gonna hear a bunch of different groups, a bunch of different music, and it wouldn't be a GL concert without a little bagpipe. So we're gonna have one of our awesome students who's gonna be going to Rutgers for music next year, play a little bagpipe jig for you. This is Noah. While Columbia Middle School is coming up, I'm just going to introduce our clinician tonight. John DeFury is a drummer and a composer performing throughout the greater New Jersey, New York City areas. Major projects include 3 albums of his own compositions, Two-Sided Truth, Yellow Petals, featuring the John DeFury Trio, and Patience for mixed ensemble featuring saxophonist Rich Perry and trumpeter Joe Magnarelli. His music is a fresh yet insightful take on the jazz tradition influenced by classical, modern, and world music. John has had the fortune to perform as a sideman with New York City greats such as the Steve Laspina Group, Joel Fromm, Billy Drews, Randy Brecker, and Paul Myers. John earned a Bachelor's of Music from New Jersey City University and a Master's of Music from William Patterson University. He is currently an adjunct professor at William Patterson University as well as Rutgers, and he's a music teacher at the Windsor Learning Center. He's also going to be running and help run a couple summer jazz camps at William Patterson and Rutgers. So if you have any interest in that, it's geared towards high school students, and I'm sure he'll be glad to talk to you guys about it. So hope you guys enjoy. This is Mr. Culinary and the Columbia Middle School Jazz Band.
Thank you. We're going to start our set off with Dance to the Music, and then Miles Davis's 4, and we'll end with Chick Corea's Spain. Let's do it. Everyone together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Liam Quayle on saxophone, Harren Harsh trombone, Daniel Bernstein guitar. One, two, Kyle Zhao, tenor sax. Darren Liu, clarinet. Braden Clark, Tyler and Bessie, percussion. Thank you very much. I'm Chris Culinary, the Columbia Middle School Jazz Band.
We're going to have John come on up and do a quick little clinic with each group, so you get to hear some live critique. It's a really cool experience for the audience and the students on stage.
All right, fantastic job, everybody. First, I'm just going to point out a few things I thought you all did really, really well. Great job. All did really, really well. First, I'm going to start with the rhythm section because you had a lot of weight in that last tune, right? As did the woodwind section. You carried that melody really, really well. But what I liked a lot about the rhythm section in your whole set in general is that you played both the swing numbers and the straight eighth numbers, right? The first and the third and the middle one, with the correct kind of approach, right? You relaxed your feeling on the swing a little bit, you played your eighth notes a little bit rounder, and on the straight eighth tunes, you were a little bit on top of the beat, and you played much more steady. And both drummers on both tunes did a great job of keeping the time together. Fantastic, kudos on that. The woodwind section, excuse me, on all three tunes, you did a fantastic job of playing together, really well. Have you guys played together for a while? Is this a section that has been together for a while?
We've been, not so much.
Good, that's great.
Yes.
I hope you stay together, because you're only going to go up from here, right? Right? Do you hear what I'm talking about? Right? You're starting your phrases together, you're ending your phrases together, you're putting the same space between the notes, especially on a melody like Spain, that's hard to do. You guys did a fantastic job. Trombones, you guys sound really big out there, right? And you're playing into your stands a little bit. If you lift those bells up, think about how much further your sound will go out, right? I don't know if you've been told to play in your bells. I don't know if that's just what you're doing. Into your stands, I mean, that's fine, right? But just think about it. It may be to your benefit to lift those bells up a little bit and let that sound come up over the top of the woodwind section, especially when you have parts like in the second number, when you had like long pads, right? You played long notes for, some whole notes or maybe half notes that were tied over. That would work. Trumpet section, great job of sitting up on top of the band, right? You guys are important in the melodic, when you're playing melodies together. As a band, you're sitting on top, so you have to push all of that. You guys did a fantastic job. Bass, holding it down with the drums. You feel the connection? It's good, right? That's important, right? Brother and sister here in the band, also in music, right? The bass and drums are important to keep the rhythmic pulse of the band moving. Not only the notes you play, but the feeling of those notes, right? Okay, I want to address dynamics with you as a whole, because I think that if you were to pay a little bit more attention to how soft you can play and how much further that lets you get it when you get to the end of phrases, it'll help make some of these sections a lot better. So can we take it from right after the rhythm section solo in Spain to the end? I'll stop you at one point, right, because I'm not super familiar with your chart. Yeah. Just where does that come in there?
There's a coda coming in. There you go.
Okay.
What number is that? Whatever the number 4.
118? Yeah, can we take it going into 118 right on the coda there? All right. Right on the coda. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and.
All right, stop right there. Stop right there.
Right there, stop. Okay, right on the downbeat of measure 130, I want you to play that down. When I say down, I mean down. All right, we're gonna do an experiment here. We're gonna play it as soft as we can. So I want that first note to be as soft as you can play it, a little bit louder, a little bit louder. When you get to that fourth note, right, beat 3 of that next measure, boom, nail it, all right? Can we take it from the same spot, right on the coda? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. Let's try that again. This time I want you to push it to the downbeat. So what do I have here? Woodwinds, you have the downbeat, you have whole notes at measure 132, as well as the trombones. We're gonna push to that note, okay? That's gonna be our loudest note, all right? Can we take it from the same spot one more time? And let's try and go even softer, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, stop. Good. Let me hear just the horns right on that. Measure 130. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. All right, rhythm section, you need to match those dynamics, okay? Do you know where that part is? Are you familiar enough with the melody? I'll cue you, okay? And then it's your job to make sure you're familiar enough with the melody to know where that is, all right? Here we go. I'll cue you guys. Same spot, right from the coda. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. Good. Okay, so just a few general principles of interpreting jazz that I want you all to think about, right? It's just as important to listen to the music as it is to practice the music. Why do you think that is?
So you can hear other people's interpretations.
Exactly. Yes. Music is something we learn through our ears, right? Yes, you learn it off the page. You need to have the music in front of you. You need to know what notes to play, right? But you also need to understand how to play them. And the only way you're really going to learn how to interpret jazz correctly is to listen and immerse yourself in it so that you understand the phrasing, right? How many of you have heard people say that music is like a language, right? It is. If you don't know a language that is Spanish-based and you hear someone speaking it, you know they're speaking a Spanish-based language because you could tell by the way they speak, right? If you hear someone speaking French, you may not know the words they're speaking, but you could tell because of the way they speak French. Music is like that too, so get used to how jazz sounds. Sound good? All right, great job, everybody. Look forward to hearing you again. All right.
Thank you, Columbia Middle School Jazz Band. We'll have Deerfield out for you in a few moments. Just want to tell you or remind you that down the hall, up the top of the auditorium and down that way. There are refreshments and some, I told, baked ziti and meatballs and baked goods down for sale in our school cafeteria at the end of the hallway on the top of the auditorium. So please, at any point tonight when there's a little lull in the action, feel free to go down and support the music here at GL. Deerfield in about 3 minutes. Thank you very much. So a maybe lesser known fact about Governor Livingston is that while the first band feeds the high school, Columbia Middle School, the second band tonight also feeds to the high school, Deerfield Middle School. They have a send and receive relationship with the Berkeley Heights Board of Education, and we've had a long time happy relationship with them, and it's great to have them here. Anyone from Mountainside in the house tonight? Very good. They are under the direction of Mr. Tom Wise, and they have a jazz band consisting of the following tunes. They will be playing Born to be Wild, Sunny Moon for Two, and Best of My Love. And here comes the Deerfield Middle School Jazz Band.
How's it been? By what? I believe you. I believe you.
The Deerfield Jazz Band, everybody.
It is on. Okay, so I'm Tom Wise. I'm the band director at Deerfield School. We meet one day a week for an hour, and we take everybody who is interested. So we have an interesting and really, really awesome group of people, and this is going to be what are we playing? Born to be Wild, and it's going to feature Jada on flute. Yeah. There you guys. 1, 2. 1, 2, ready. One more time. Get ready. 1, start on bass. 1, 2. 1, 2, ready. Thank you very much. This next one is going to be an old classic by Sonny Rollins called "Sunny Moon for Two." It is what we call a head chart, where they're going to be playing like the main idea blues, and then it goes off into some improvisation, and you're going to hear some improvising from Bridget on alto saxophone. You're going to hear from Veronica on bass, and you're going to hear from Michael on the congas over here. A 1, 2, 3, 4. That was Bridget on the alto saxophone, Veronica on the bass, and Michael on the conga drums. Pretty cool. So this is a kind of a cool group because you don't usually find things that are pieces of music online that are like made for one trumpet, two clarinets, two flutes, and a few saxophones. It's hard to find. So once in a while we say, hey, you know what? let's make our own arrangement. So this is a custom arrangement. It's Best of My Love, but you will also be hearing some other tunes that play off of that, including Emotions by Mariah Carey and Lil Boufang. Lock in with each other. Listen up. Lock in. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That was Anthony on trumpet. That was Ruben on tenor saxophone. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
While John gets ready to come up here, Mr. Wise mentioned on his way in tonight that this was their first time attending a non-theme park festival. So this is great to have them come to a jazz festival, first time in a couple years. So welcome back. Here comes John for his feedback.
All right. Great job. Nice selections. All right, great job, great job. Can you hear me? Okay, there we go. Awesome. Hello. Hello. Okay, I want to say a few things right off the bat. Bass, fantastic, right? All of those songs had very distinct bass lines in them, right? The movement of the blues in Sunny Moon for Two, right? That iconic bass line in Best of My Love, right? And the first one as well, right? And you did a great job of making sure that that was heard the entire time, solid in rhythm, right? Drums, both of you guys, great job. Once you sit in that pocket, you let it flow. Great job. I enjoyed what you did on that first tune, right? The way you sat with that organ, that was good. I liked your rhythmic ideas, right? You all work together. Guitar, holding it down with the strumming, right? The rhythm that you play sometimes is more important than the notes you're playing in your chords, right? Some of the greatest guitarists play not a lot of notes in their chords, right? It's about how they play that. Are you familiar with a guitarist named Freddie Green? Okay, look him up, right? You'll see what I'm talking about. Simple triadic playing. He played in big band back in that day. You know what big bands are? You're in one kind of right now, right? So listen to like how he plays, right? Freddie Green, easy to remember, green, the color. You got it right here in front of you, school colors, okay? All right, trumpet, you're the only one here, man. Nice. Do me a favor, get that bell up, right? You got to be mighty if you're the only trumpet player, okay? So get the bell up. We want to hear you out there, especially in your solo. You played some cool ideas. Whether you realize it or not, you played like little, what we call like micro melodies and played around with them. That was awesome. Get that bell up so we can hear it, right? Great job blending together. Do you guys also play in like concert band together? Yeah, right? I can hear that, right? Good. Saxophones. One thing I want you to notice, though, is that you can put out a little bit more power than they can with the flutes and the clarinets, right? So what do you think that means you have to do? Yeah, quiet down, right? Put a little more air in the horn, get a little more breath here so that their articulation that comes naturally from like the flute and the clarinet can kind of sit on top of what you're doing, right? Does that make sense? Cool. All right, can we look at Sunny Moon for Two? I'm going to start. We're going to build this up, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the rhythm section just loop the blues pattern, and then I'm going to count you guys in on the melody, all right? And we're going to start with just the drummer, all right? I want you to play just your ride cymbal pattern. Wait, who played drums on? You played drums on Sunny Moon for Two. All right. I want to hear just your ride pattern. Can you play that for me? Good. All right, freeze. Pause for a second. Okay. What do you think is the most important beat in that ride pattern? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What other part of the drums lines up with that? The hi-hat, right? Boom, chick, da-doom, chick, da-doom, chick. So I want to hear just the hi-hat and the ride cymbal. Can I hear that? Good. I want you to do that the whole time. Sound good? All right. Can we get the bass going with your bass line now? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. All right, guitar. Let me hear what you're doing. All right, hold on. I'll get you at the beginning, all right? You ready? Can you come in too? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. All right, can we get some congas in there? All right, next time we come back around the beginning of the form, we're going to come up with the melody, all right? I'll count you in. I want you to play it just like you did. You sounded fantastic. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. All right, no rhythm section. Keep going. No rhythm section. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Oh, okay, freeze. Sorry. I was trying to pull a little transition there. It didn't work. It's okay. Right? Can we take just the horns? Right? Just all you guys up here in front. From the beginning, 1 of the melody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Do you guys know who wrote this song?
No.
Sonny Rollins.
Oh, it says it.
right? Sonny Rollins. I want you to do me a favor. Go home, or in the car ride home, YouTube, type in Sonny Rollins. Watch a few videos of this guy. He was a really cool guy. This is a really cool melody. I want you to play it like a really cool guy. All right, can we try that again? What do you think I mean by play it like a really cool guy? What do you think, like when you see a real cool guy walking down the street, does he walk like this? No, right? How does he walk? What's up, guys? How you doing? Right, he walks like that. So I want you to play relaxed, right? Play like you're a cool guy. Let's try it. With the rhythm section from the beginning, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. Relax, relax. Okay, good. All right, relax. Play it like a cool guy. All right, put a hat on if you have to at home when you're practicing, some sunglasses. Might make you feel cool. All right? And try and play it like that. Now, I'm going to say the same thing to you. I'm probably going to say it to every group tonight, right? When you learn how to play jazz, it's just like when you learn how to speak another language, right? You can hear people from other countries speak their native language and know they're not speaking English, right? And you may not know their language. You may be able to say, though, oh, that sounds like Mandarin. Oh, ooh, maybe they're speaking Israeli, right? Because of the way that they speak, okay? So, jazz is like that too, right? When you listen to rock and roll music, you know it's rock and roll, right? It has an energy to it. Electric guitar, right? It's got like some buzz to it. It's got some energy. Then you put on a blues record, it has a different energy. Then you put on a pop album, it has a different energy. Jazz is the same, correct? Right? So listen to jazz. Understand the language of jazz. Play it like a cool guy, right? Now, I want to come back to the drums for a second. Why do you think I asked you only to play the ride cymbal and the hi-hat? Yeah. Do you think that that's the most important thing that you're doing on the drums when you play jazz? Yeah, it definitely is. So you can play the bass drum and you can play the snare drum too, but make sure these two are the most important part. Everyone needs to hear that first, okay? Bass, great job. I appreciate you holding it down. All right, I hope I hear you guys again. All right, thank you.
And thank you, Deerfield Middle School Jazz Band and Mr. Tom Wise for coming today. Bravo. Go out that door and then start putting these away. Thank you. Good job.
How you guys doing out there? Next up, we have Terrell Middle School, directed by John Gillick. So John Gillick was my 6th grade band teacher in Scotch Plains, and he was also one of my marching band directors too. So it's awesome seeing Mr. Gillick bring his students here and him still going. So you're in for a treat.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Terrell Middle School Jazz Band. We're going to be playing 3 songs for you tonight. The first one is called In the Midnight Hour. Second one is called Hit the Road. It'll feature a few folks. You'll hear from Aki on alto sax. You'll hear from Brian on tenor sax. You'll hear from Cam on trumpet. You'll hear from Noah on trumpet. And you'll hear from Eliana on the trumpet. Our final tune is called 25 or 6 to 4.
All right, great job. Nice selections, right? I love the size of this band. I'm not gonna lie, when you all got on stage, I was like, all right, this is gonna be a wall of sound, but you did a fantastic job of not letting that get in your way, right? There's a lot of you on stage, and you could, I mean, especially when you have some like vibes in the background, right? Vibes is a soft instrument, you know? They have softer mallets, but you didn't let that get in the way. So great job blending. Just in general, the trumpets and the trombones. On the very first tune, there's a period where the woodwinds here had the melody, and then you guys had a counter melody in between. You played the perfect dynamic. I mean, I heard that blend so well, I was like, great, right? Yeah. So you guys are ready to go into the studio. I'll buy the record, let me know. So, now, one thing that I do want to talk about that I think we can all benefit from is you did a great job with dynamics, right? Dynamics is one way to help you understand how transitions of songs can go, right? But another way that you can kind of help the listener go like, all right, we're moving into a new section, is just to kind of give some weight to the beginning of that new section, right? It's just kind of like when you step into the water for the first time, it feels a little bit different when your foot hits the ground, right? There's a resistance that's not there when you're walking in air, okay? So if you can understand how to kind of lift yourself into a new phrase, that will help kind of go, it brings the audience with you. And one place that you're doing it well, and I would like to help kind of make it happen a little bit more, is in the last tune, you go back and forth between double time and half time. You guys know what I'm talking about, like on the B section of the tune? So, I don't know what section number that is or whatever, when the drums go into the halftime groove. I don't know if this is going to help me. The drum part might help me. Okay, can we take it 4 measures before B? Okay, 4 measures before B. No, the third song, please. Right? All right, now, we on the same song here. It's when the main chorus of the song happens. Okay, letter C. 4 before letter C, please. Here, are you ready? Here we go. Keep going. We'll find it. Keep going. Is it D? Yeah. You guys, D? All right, 4 before D. Here we go. We're going to find it. We're in this together. You ready? 1, 4 before D. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. All right, stop. That's the most exciting part of this whole piece. It happens 2 times, right? Why do you think that's the most exciting part? Not only is it a build-up, but it brings us back to what we're already comfortable with, right? We're going right back to what we already heard. We started this song off here, and everybody's going here, and then you hit that halftime section, and all of a sudden we're here. But where do we want to go? We just want to go back home. So, So this is that moment I'm talking about. When we go into the halftime, right? When you're feeling the big pulse of the music, lift yourself into that. And then when we build back up, boom, right back on top of the energy, okay? So can we take it from that section again? 4 before D. 4 before D. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. All right, here we go. Lift it. Here we go. Bring the energy back. Bring the energy back on top of the beat. All right, stop right there. Stop right there. You hear what I'm talking about? What do you think of when you hear that part of the music? Upbeat, right? But what do you think of? Out of the context of music, I'll tell you what I think of. Driving in my car down the highway. No traffic, though. It's got to be right? Right? You see what I'm talking about? Give yourself something to think about. You know, one of the cool things about music is it doesn't have to just be what we hear, right? It can also be what it makes us feel. In fact, that's why we like music, because it makes us feel a certain way, right? So don't be afraid to let that be the driving factor in what goes on. All right, can we try this again? Let's make it even bigger this time, all right? Same spot, 4 before D. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. All right, here we go. You got it. Now, as soft as you can play. Good. All right. Now take that and think about it in other areas of the tunes where you can do that as well, right? You get to this big section in the music, right? This big emotional moment, go there with it, right? Let the music take you on that ride. Sound good? All right. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about percussion section, right? I am a percussionist. So I have to come over here and talk to you guys because you're doing a fantastic job, right? But one thing I want you to remember is that you're a team, okay? So everybody has a role. That tambourine is just as important as what he's playing in his bass drum. The congas are just as important as the notes you're playing on your vibraphone, right? So you have to work as a unit. Do you guys also work in the marching band? Maybe in the pit or something? Okay, because it's really important in that context as well. I was just going to say you can carry over some of what you know from there, right? That you work as a unit. Can I hear just the rhythm section? Right? Let's take it from, okay, if that was letter D, then is E where it goes back after that big dynamic change, letter E? Can we take it right from letter E? Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. All right, freeze. can you play those timbales? Like right now, you're giving me a 3. I want 15. Can you do that? All right, same thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and.
Don't be afraid to hit them. Yeah, we want to hear you. Hit them. Good. And you? Can you hear the guitar? Good. Were you able to hear the guitar before? Yeah, exactly. Got to be able to hear the guitar. Okay, good. Here's a big rule of thumb. If you can't hear the person 3 feet away from you, you're just playing a little too loud, right? We have to be able to hear everybody, okay? Everybody's just as important in the rhythmic drive of this music. Okay. Anyone have any questions? No. Okay, how many of you listen to jazz? Okay. Listen to some jazz, right? Listen to some jazz. Okay, if you didn't put your hand up, listen to some jazz, okay? How many, do you know the names of jazz musicians to listen to? Charlie Parker. Start with Charlie Parker. YouTube will do the rest, right? Right on that right column. They'll point you in the right direction. Look at the names of the people that write the music you play. Type their names into YouTube, right? You will find jazz that way. Okay? Sound good? All right, you guys sound fantastic, all right? Enjoy the rest of this ride.
Thank you.
We're going to do a quick little reset. If you guys want to go check out the cafeteria, the next group will be on in probably 10 to 15 minutes.
All right. Next up, from Rahway, New Jersey, which I'll just say when I was a baby, I lived out there for a few months, so it's my first home. Welcome back, Rahway. Is Rahway High School's jazz band under the direction of Mr. Timothy Orton. Please welcome Rahway.
That song featured Timmy Nemeth on drums. He had a solo. This song. Next up, we're going to slow it down. We're going to have a ballad featuring Leah Klemanski on tenor sax. It's called Angel Eyes, famously sung by Ella Fitzgerald. She's going to lead us through a nice, fast solo section, also led by the tenor sax. And hope you enjoy. then you push. Now you got a volume button, right? Crank it.
Hold on now. Don't put the stuff away quite yet. We're not done. We're not done. Have a seat. Pull your music out. Let's get those cymbals back on now. No. Don't take the tom-tom. We need that. We need the tom-tom. Thank you. Yeah, no, we're going to use it. Thank you. Oh, you're taking my drums away. Guys, come back. We're going to play. Come on back. Come on back. All right. How many days a week do you guys rehearse? Twice a week. Is it in the morning, after school, during school, after school? Wow. You guys are doing a fantastic job meeting twice a week. How long do you play for? Hour and a half? You are making good use of your time. You guys sound well rehearsed. You know, all of the charts you played, especially this last one, the Gershwin, required a lot from you whether you realize it or not. You have to interpret this music kind of like classical, right? You know, this is originally an orchestral piece, right? Have you heard the original piece? Right? So that intro and the ending of this song is very classical, right? Which isn't necessarily crazy different from jazz, but there's a little bit of a different approach if you want to make it sound authentic, right? And then there are all these time changes. And the rhythm section, you did a fantastic job of being on top of every time the tempo changed in all of these charts, right? So you, pat yourself on the back. It's not easy to do that. And not only did you do it, but you did it together, and you weren't even looking at each other, right? So you got some mojo going on here that I like. Keep it up, right? Now, there are a lot of instruments here, right? So one of the things you have to think about when there are a lot of you playing together is you're like 8.5 feet away from him, right? Okay, so you have to remember that when the sound gets out to the audience, it has to sound well balanced, right? So what do you think that might mean for the trumpets and the trombones playing behind the saxophones when you're all playing together? What do you think you should be doing to make sure when the sound gets out to the audience, it sounds well balanced? And how would you anticipate that? They're sitting up here, right? So the truth is, you're back there. You just have to know, right? You have to be aware of the fact that all of this sound is moving together, but they're 8 feet in front of you. And what do you think is louder, your trumpet or his alto? Your trumpet. Right? So, can we take the beginning of the Gershwin tune, Rhapsody in Blue, please? Let's think about blending here, okay? So, brass, I just want you to lighten up a little bit, okay? Give me the same airflow, though, because I don't want your, the energy of your notes to be any different, but just back off a little bit, all right? When you play the clarinet solo at the beginning and the end, fantastic. You sound great. Are you familiar with that kind of iconic line at the beginning? Okay, listen, go on YouTube later, right? Way home when you get home. Listen to some really great orchestras like the Berlin Philharmonic, Philadelphia Orchestra, New York Phil, right? The Vienna Orchestra. Find recordings of them playing the original piece of music and listen to how the clarinetist plays out. It's a very iconic line, right? And it's so beautifully played. You played it really well, right? It floats up and then it kind of finds its way back down, right? That's really important that we hear that clarinet. So over here, if I remember correctly in the intro, when he's playing that clarinet line, I think there was some Barry sax and some bass trombone underneath that, if I'm correct, right? So bring it down a little bit, make sure he shines, okay? Can we take it from the very beginning of this? I'm not as familiar with how you start this off, so does someone want to count it off? All right, we're going to stop right there. Stop. I know you were just about to come in. I'm sorry, man. Right? Okay. Do it half the volume, all right? And think soft. Think clouds, right? Think like your tone should be a nice, cloudy Wednesday when you have off of school, right? Okay, let's try it. Again. All right, we're going to keep going this time. Guys, stop. I don't have music in front of me, so I don't know what measure you're at, but that note right there, ba, and you guys hit that low note, punch it, right? It comes out of nowhere, so really make it come out of nowhere. Ba, right, that low note. Can we try it again from the beginning? Great job. Trumpets, you two, when you come in with that blend, get your horns up. Let them hear you. Don't be afraid. They want to hear you way in the back, okay? Get those horns up. All right, here we go. From the beginning again. Yes. I can tell you guys need some conducting, and I don't know what to conduct in this section, so I'm going to stop there. All right. Do you understand what I'm saying, though? You have to understand there's a lot of different things going on. So whenever you have someone playing the melody, they have to be at the top, right? They have to be the most clear. And if you can't hear the melody, then you're playing too loud, right? You did a fantastic job, right, of playing your music. I'm just trying to help you get those tiny little things that are going to elevate you up a little bit more, right? So, all right, another thing. I want to address the drums for a second. You are listening to the right stuff. I heard some Art Blakey in there. You know Art Blakey? Absolutely. You play some of his ideas in your solo, right? You know Papa Joe Jones, it sounded like a little bit in there. Some Philly Joe Jones. You keep doing what you're doing because you're doing the right stuff, right? I hear it in your playing, right? Just keep listening to what they're doing. Keep trying to play what they're playing. You're going in the right direction, right? The rhythm section, you guys, I can't say it enough. You did a fantastic job. You have these pieces that your band director chose for you are hard for the rhythm section. There's lots of time changes. There's lots of dynamic changes, right? The tempo changes, right? And you did a great job of holding that down. They can't play what they play if you don't set that foundation for me. You did a fantastic job. I hope I get to hear you guys again and see where you grow from here because you're doing great. All right, keep it up. 2 days a week for an hour and a half. That's fantastic. Keep it up. All right. Great. Yeah, great job, man.
From Rahway, New Jersey, the Rahway High School Jazz Band and Mr. Timothy Orton. Where'd he go? Oh, he got way back. Way back. Cool.
Please, stop.
Good in this room. I think I'll study.
right, Nettingham. All right. All right. There's some in the mallet bags that catch these. Make sure you put them back, okay? Make sure they go back up. Yep. So any of you guys solo? No? Roger.
You're on 5, and then 9 is for solo.
Sounds good. Cool. Thanks. This next group on is Malcolm E. Nettingham Middle School. Directed by my brother, Mr. Nick Ellis. You're in for a treat. How about a hand for all the groups that you get to hear tonight so far? And the awesome knowledge by Mr. John DeFieri coming up to work with the students. Thanks again for coming out. We got a big group, so we're just waiting on one more extra piece of hardware, and it's on its way.
right, thank you. This is Nettingham Jazz Ensemble, and the first tune up is a funk tune called Earth, Wind, and Fire Dance Mix. Okay, we've got a little bit of a change of pace. This tune is called Cry Me a River, and you're going to hear Juliana Rosario with a little vocals.
you're lonely. You cry the long night through. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. Now you say you're sorry for being so untrue. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. You drove me nearly out of my head, and while you never shed a tear, babe, I remember all that you said. You told me love was so plebeian, told me you were through with me, and now you say you love me. Well, just to prove you do, come on and cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. Now you say you love me. Well, just to prove that you do, come on and cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. Cry me a river. Cry me a river.
Hello? 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 Check. Check. So our last tune this evening is called Pass the Hot Sauce. You're going to hear some soloists improvising. We're going to start off with Jada back there on the vibes. We've got Griffin over here on the piano, and you're going to hear some soloing from Mia on tenor sax. GL, thanks for having us tonight. It's always a blast coming and hanging out with you guys. Appreciate it.
Wow. I was dancing a little bit, I'm not going to lie. I was dancing a little bit. Is this on? Check. Give it a second. Hello. Hello. All right, we're going to keep this personal for this one if you don't mind. Fantastic job, right? Again, I've said this to a few bands tonight because there are a lot of large bands. First off, I love the enthusiasm of jazz. Okay, we're back. Welcome, thank you. All right, I love the enthusiasm, right, for jazz from so many of the students I've seen on this stage tonight. You guys are a large band. I love it, right? Now, with great numbers comes great responsibility, right? It's kind of like a paraphrase on Spider-Man, I guess. So, you have to remember that all of you are kind of like one half. And all of you are kind of like one half too, right? But you have to come together, right? So can any of the horn players here tell me what the responsibility of the rhythm section is? Can any of the rhythm section players tell me what the responsibility of the horn players are? Melody, good. Anything else? To blend, right? I like the word blend, right? Okay, I'm going to come back over to you guys. Anybody think of an answer? What's the role of the rhythm section? What do you got? Tempo, yeah. Why is the tempo important? Imagine if you played this song like 100 clicks faster. It'd be merengue all night. That's tough to do, right? So, you guys set a tone, right? You set a foundation for them to put this awesome melody and harmony on top of. You're also involved in the harmony. By all means, you got lots of chordal stuff going on there. I love the Montuno patterns you guys are playing and the vibes. Sounded great. And what you did on your solo, man, playing variations on that Montuno, great, right? So, I want to take this last song again, and I want you to think now like you're the rhythm section and you're playing the melody. And why are we going to do that? You're playing Montuno lines a lot in your horn, right? Dun, 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 dun. Is there a part in the rhythm section that's also playing that? Where else is that being played? Yeah, right? Bass is playing it. Dun, 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 dun. And then Vibes, can you play what you play for me right at the beginning of this song here when you guys first start playing, please? 1, 2, 3, 4. Does anybody over here also play that? A couple people, right? Or something similar, right? Okay, now, there's a big difference between your instrument and their instrument. Their instrument, they are hitting with a mallet. So it's creating very short sounds. You are putting air through your instrument, so you're creating long sounds. But you have to sound like that. So I want you to try and play these notes as short as possible. And that's why I said you have to think like a rhythm section on this one, because your rhythmic patterns are in the same wheel and cog system, right, as what they're doing in their rhythm section playing, okay? So can we take it from the beginning of this one? Past the hot sauce. What's the Scoville level on this? Does anybody know? All right. Let's bump it up to a couple million, right? You guys watch Hot Ones? Anybody know that show? Okay, yeah, I like that show. All right, here we go. We're going for like second to last wing on Hot Ones, okay? Here we go. We're going to save the hot wing for the last one. Here we go. 1, 2 from the beginning. 1, 2, ready, and. All right, freeze. You hear that phrase? Da-dun, da-dun, da, right? That's a big phrase, right? Why is that phrase so cool? It doesn't land on beat 1. Da-dun, da-dun, It lands on the upbeat, right? Or beat 4. It depends on how this is written in cut timer. Regular time. So it lands on beat 4 for you, right? That's kind of cool. There's a lot of cool music that does that, right? A lot of jazz does that. A lot of music from New Orleans does that. A lot of music from the Caribbean, South America, right? That's a very cool thing to do musically. So when you get to that beat 4, I want you to play it like it's the coolest thing you've ever played, all right? Just like lay on it, okay? Let's try it again from the beginning. You guys are doing great. I want those notes shorter. Play it for me on the vibes again. Listen to how short these notes are. 1, 2, 3, 4. You hear how short that is? Play it that short. Bass. Are you familiar with the tone knobs on there? Could you turn the bass tone a little bit so that I can hear more articulation from your fingers? Play it for me. Just play a note. Yeah. I just wanted to see if the volume also controlled the articulation. All right, let's try there. Something to think about, right? It could also be part of the bass too. If the bass gets too fuzzy, then you don't hear the individual notes as much. I know you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, yeah. So be careful. Just try to figure out a way to fix that, okay? All right, here we go. You ready? From the beginning. 1, 2, 3, and. Shorter, shorter, shorter. Here we go. All right, good, 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 good. All right, can someone tell me kind of what style you think this might be? Latin, yeah, right? Latin is a very big word to use for a lot of smaller styles that fit underneath that, right? So Latin is the correct answer. But know that depending on where you are in the Latin world, it may sound a little bit different. But all of those styles of music have one thing in common. You have to sit on top of the beat. Because this music is made for what? Dancing. And nobody wants to dance to a song that makes you sleepy. Okay? All right, so give me some energy. All right, you guys sound great. You sounded great last year. You sounded great again this year. I hope I see you again in the future, right? Well done. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude. Great job. Thank you. All right, guys. Back to that, what was that, an art room? Back there. Grab your gear, man. Nice job. Nice job. Go ahead. Let's go. We gotta put some more pep in the step. Let's move quick. Come on, come on. But don't trip.
Good job.
Hand off.
So bad right there. Good job, everybody. Good job, good job, good job. Yep. 12, 2, 4. Kyle. And Aguirre. That. Gil, you need anything else? I just sent somebody to get some extra aux stuff, okay?
That's the one, right? Whoa. That was a jump scare. Is that music kid? Bro, where is my left on the piano?
Do you need a cowbell for the first song?
It's coming. This next group is from Scotch Plains as well. This is one of the high school groups, directed by John Gillick. This is
Great job. Nice. Yes, 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 yes. Tuba and screaming electric guitar in the same piece. I like it. I like it. I know that there was a time period where some rock bands, like in the 70s, were doing some stuff with orchestra. It kind of reminded me of that a little bit. All right, first off, fantastic. You guys bring a lot of energy to this stage, right? I know that you guys are kind of on a roll here with your performances and what you've achieved so far this school year. I was talking with Mr. Gillick a little bit earlier, and well-deserved, right? You guys sound fantastic. Great. Okay, I want to address a few things, right? Talking about kind of working as a unit here, right? So you have an interesting makeup. Love the tuba, 1 trombone, right? 4 trumpets, okay? So this is not your typical brass section, right, for a big band, so to speak. No problem. That's all good. So you have to make that uniqueness your strength, right? And you did. In that second piece, that tuba, especially in the characteristic of that New Orleans style with your muted trumpet, and when you went to the upright bass, that sounded so good. Like, so good. I was like, man, this is King Oliver's band right here. I'm, down on Bourbon Street, 19, whatever. So great, fantastic job to make that work, right? Also, we have a lot of you guys here. Also, in the woodwind section, good job of not letting that overpower what was going on over here as well, right? So whether you're aware of that or not, your ears are, because you made the blend work nicely. All right, hands up to the, or I should say, I'm giving it up to the auxiliary percussion in the back, right? A lot of people don't talk about you guys that much, but fantastic job. Yeah. That Guido on the first tune, I was like, yes, that's what we needed, right? That's what we needed. Nicely done. Drum sounded solid. Great work on the guitar and the bass, right? Are you guys friends? You guys play together, kind of jam? Yeah, I can tell. There's a chemistry there. Definitely. Nice. Holding it down on the vibes, man. You had them parts in the beginning where you were playing octaves on the outside with some voicings on the inside. It's not easy to move around the vibes like that. Great job. Holding it down on the keyboards, man. Yeah, great. Let's see. I would like to go to your second tune. Let's go to the slower New Orleans-y one, please. Have any of you ever listened to music from New Orleans in like 1920s, 1930s? A little bit, right? Can anybody say a few words that come to your mind when you listen to that type of music? Soulful. Yeah. People had a lot to talk about then. People had a lot to talk about all the time, right? But in that period in this music, they had a lot to talk about, and they let it out in their music, right? A lot of emotion in this music. Good. Give me another word. Nostalgic. Okay. All right, so if you were 1920, you're in Louis Armstrong's band, right? You're about to go on the road. Maybe you're going to go up to Chicago, and you're going to play a concert. Do you think that... Okay, let me ask it this way. What do you think would have been nostalgic for Louis Armstrong in that time period? Louis Armstrong was known, so was Charlie Parker, so was John Coltrane. A lot of very important jazz musicians were also known for having a great knowledge of the music that came before them. And before jazz was a lot of orchestral music, a lot of operatic music. And one of the things that makes that music really important is that it controls our emotions. It helps to push a storyline across. And this song has a storyline, right? So let's take it from the beginning, and we're going to build a story. All right? New Orleans, 1920. I'm out in the streets. Not the best of days. Okay? What's the name of this song? Birth of the Blues, right? So we're going to think about the birth of the blues. All right? Now, in New Orleans at that time, there was a lot of music happening on street corners. And in fact, Louis Armstrong was known for playing his trumpet on street corners as a young kid. And then he played it on top of a coal truck as it went through town to let people know that the coal was coming. They can come out from their businesses and buy it, right? So he has a long history in the story of the blues of New Orleans. So let's think about that, all right? Take me on a story, okay? Think about the blues. Think about why it's such an emotional music. All right, can we take it from the very beginning? Who counts this one off? All right. Oh, that's right. You start off with a little intro. Go ahead. All right. He's already taken us on a journey. Where are we going? Relax on this melody. Relax, relax, relax. Yeah. Good. Stop. You hear that note? Da-da-dee-dee-da-da-da. You have to make that note as short as possible. Because everything you just played before it was very long and beautiful and soothing. And here I go, and then you have to stop. So I need that note to be as short as possible. Can we go back 8 measures from where we just finished? Does everybody know where we would be if I asked that? Okay. 8 measures before where we just finished. Somebody yell out a measure number so we're on the same page. Measure 9. Here we go. We're taking from measure 9. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Short, short, short. Guys. Now that tells a story. Why does it tell a story? Because it brings in our emotion, right? The absence of sound sometimes is more interesting than what you play. I'm going to say that again. The absence of sound is sometimes more interesting than what you play. The space between the notes is just as important as the notes you play. And that is a moment where it rings true. And if you can make that moment stand out, everybody in the audience is going to go, ah. Did you feel it? Exactly. Can we try it one more time? Make them go, ah, even more. Okay? 1, 2, 3, and. Keep going. There we go. Short. Da-da-da. Short. All right. Now we have an answer to that. Dun, dun. We got that octave there, right? Who plays the dun? Barry sax. Does anyone else play it besides the tuba? The bass probably plays it too. Again, as short as possible. Let me hear that octave. You ready? Here's the first note. Ding, dun. Ready, and. Again, ready, and. Try shorter. Ready, and. Good. All right. Now this is what I'm going to recommend you do. Listen to jazz. How many of you listen to jazz? Okay. Yes. This is what I'm talking about. All right. Listen to jazz. Go home, listen to Joe King Oliver, listen to Jelly Roll Morton, listen to Louis Armstrong and his Hot 7 band. Any ensemble from this time period that has a lot of instruments in it, you will hear the phrasing and the way they play together, and that's what made that music so enjoyable for all of the people of that time period and continues to make it enjoyable now. All right? So again, the space between the notes are just as important as the notes you play. Keep that in mind. All right, you guys sound fantastic. Keep it up.
You all still here? We're still here. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce the GL Jazz Band. I have the pleasure of being an assistant director to this group, and Mr. Joe Ellis is going to be directing the group tonight. And they'll be playing 3 songs, Throttle Up, followed by Chelsea Bridge, followed up by Gordon Goodwin tune, which I have to look at the title again because I'm just El Macho Muchacho, thank you. And in just a couple moments, Mr. Ellis and the GL Jazz Band.
How we doing? That was Lucas Landano on tenor sax and Tyler Reed on keys. Sonia leading the way on the kit back there for that rhythm section. Next up, we have Chelsea Bridge featuring Harrison O'Brien on alto. Tyler Reed on those keys. On that tune, you heard Theo on the bone. And also you heard from Jack on the bari sax and Tyler in the whole rhythm section. Before John does his thing, just want to thank you all for coming out. John's going to give out a couple awards. Each band receives an Outstanding Soloist and an Outstanding Section Award, and there'll be an overall Soloist Award for the evening, too. So just stick around. Thanks for coming out and making jazz with us tonight. Keeping music alive. Bravo to all of you.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Let's hear it for him putting this all together for you tonight. I know it takes a village to put on something like this, so he has great support around here. So thank you all. Okay. You guys sound great. You know what I think was probably the most challenging part of your set? You had to learn a lot of different styles of music to play this, right? It's only 3 songs, but there's a lot of different styles going on. And it's pretty hard to play a ballad, right? You should know. And you played the melody incredibly the entire time, right? Yeah. So let me ask you. You were the main focus of that Chelsea Bridge, right? How do you feel? I mean, you're standing, right? But do you feel like your melody was sitting on top of everything else that was happening in the band in that piece? Yeah, right? Yeah, you guys set up a great support system for him. I want to work on that with you, right? Because I think more dynamic control behind a soloist is only going to help heighten, right, the experience of this music. So let's take out Chelsea Bridge, please. Thank you. Yes, if you would stand up just like we were performing. All right, let's take it from the beginning, and I want to stop right on beat 2 of measure 8. So the bass, you have beat 2, right? That low A. Where's the bass? There it is. No. There it is, thank you. Right? You have that low A there. We're going to stop on that beat, okay? So you set us up with the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Stop right there. All right. You guys heard that? They set a vibe, right? They set a really beautiful vibe. Now, the next time we play those 8 bars of music, you all are going to be inserted into that vibe, right? So you can either wreck that vibe or you can make that vibe keep cruising. We're going to make that vibe keep cruising. I'm not saying you wrecked it by any means. I'm saying you have the potential to do that, right? If you come out of the gates like super loud, it's not going to sound good. So I want you to try and match the same intensity that the rhythm section brought behind him for that, which means soft, cool, calm, collected, right? Long notes. Let me take a look at some of these phrases here. All right, so let's look at, for example, measure 9. The trombones, you have beat 2. Tied over to the beat 4, right? So make sure that phrase is nice and long and is clean. Bass trombone, do you have? Who's playing the lowest trombone? Where's trombone 4? Okay, when you have those low notes underneath, right, you're supporting the bottom of that harmony, okay? So make sure that ha, 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 those quarter notes are connected, okay? It's gonna help push it along. All right, let's take it from the beginning again, and we're gonna take it all the way to the downbeat of measure 17, okay? Here we go. Set us up. Here come trombones. There we go. Keep going. I know I said 17, but we're going to keep going. Keep going. Okay, we're going to stop here. We're going to stop here. Good, 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 good. All right, can we take it from measure... I'm going to give you a rest, Harrison. Can we take it from measure 15? Here we go. 15. I'll give you beat 1, and then everyone else comes in on beat 2. No, you're good. Take a break. You deserve it. All right, here we go. 15. 3, 4, 1. All right, stop. Right there. Trombones. Stop. Let each one of those notes kind of go away naturally, right? And soften your initial attack. Right? You're like a bounce off of what the trumpets are laying down in the background. Same spot, right? What measure did I say that was? 15. Measure 15. Here we go. I'll give you 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. There we go. And all right. Good. Stop right there. Do you hear the difference in the blend now? Right? Soften it up a little bit, right? And let those notes kind of naturally dissipate away. All right, cool. So I'm going to move on now, right? But keep this in mind, right? Especially when you're playing behind a soloist like this, it's important that we work together as a unit and we make sure that the voice that needs to be at the top of the music is at the top of the music, right? And we have to work together as far as where our phrasings go, right? Trumpets and trombones think the way they work. Also, don't forget that especially when you're playing the low bass notes, a lot of the time you're playing very similar things to what's going on in the bass harmonically, right? Or you're sitting just above it sometimes, maybe the third or the fifth. So be in tune with what's going on with the bass too, right? Try and make those sounds work together. All right? Awesome. All right, how many of you listen to jazz? Good. You're probably sitting out there hearing me saying this all night, right? But I can't say it enough. You have to listen to this music, right? You can't learn anything without immersing yourself in it. Okay, so I know that you probably like to listen to all your music. I listen to all kinds of music too. But if your goal is to get this music to sound as best as it can, you have to know how that language works, right? You have to know the inflection of it, the style of it, the feeling of it. And you can only get that through listening. The notes on the page tell you what to play, but the music tells you how to play it. Does that make sense? All right, great job. Thank you for hosting us tonight, Hometown Heroes. You guys sound fantastic. Thank you, Mr. Ellis.
John's just going to take 30 seconds, minute, and then he's going to call out some awards for you guys. Thanks to all the parents for helping out tonight back in the cafeteria and backstage, kids donating stuff. Thank you guys for coming again. Give us a couple minutes. I know it's late. Got to keep jazz alive, though. Late night sessions are the best.
If you like late nights, we've got a basket raffle tomorrow night. Come back for another late night tomorrow. And also thank you to the custodians for helping set up and the TV, light, and sound crew up back, not up front, up back there doing all the stuff for all the magic that happens as well, visually and everything. So thank you to them, thank you to you all, and John will be with you in just a moment.
So real quick, what John did tonight, he took awesome notes about tone, articulation, style, dynamics, and all that. That will go to each band, and he also made an audio recording for them too. I'll email those out to the directors probably tomorrow morning, just because it's not happening tonight. And that will have all of the live critique and stuff like that. So again, each group has an outstanding soloist, outstanding section, and then an overall soloist for the night. Here we go.
All right, starting with Columbia. The best section goes to the rhythm section. So if we can get somebody from your rhythm section to come down here, if you're still here. Yeah, I'd be sleeping too if I was home. Yes. Oh, yeah. Me too. All right, let's hear it again. Great job. All right, and best soloist goes to Hareen Harish. Trombone. Please come get your certificate. Great job. Yeah. All right, moving on to Deerfield. All right, I'm going to get you guys out of here. Don't worry. All right. Outstanding section goes to the saxophone section. And the best soloist goes to alto Bridget Whalen, if I said that correctly. All right, Bridget, if you're here, come on down. I'll get you a name tag. Okay. Well, somebody text her. All right, Terra Middle School, best section goes to the trumpet section. Yes, all right. And the best soloist goes to Eliana, trumpet. All right, if you're here, come on down. Jazz lives in the wee hours, so I gotta get used to it. I'm sorry. All right, who's up next? Rawway. Rhythm section for best section. Great job, Rawway. Timmy, correct? All right, well, you got best soloist too, man. You can take both back there. Great job. Fantastic. All right. Nettingham Middle School. Best section goes to the woodwind section. And the soloist award goes to our vocalist, Juliana. All right, Juliana, come on down. Great job. All right, next up we have SPF Jazz. Best section goes to the rhythm section. And the best soloist goes to Ryan on the guitar. Great job, guys. Great job. All right, and the hometown heroes. We're going to do GL. All right, best section goes to the saxophone section. The soloist award goes to Tyler Reed. Luke, let me get a drum roll. All right, tonight's Soloist Award, thank you, goes to Ryan from SPF Jazz. All right, Ryan. Great job, great job. All right, thank you all for coming tonight, spending your evening with us, supporting these great students. Let's hear it one more time for all of the performers this evening. All right, and thank you all for your support, right? They can't be here literally without you, so thank you for that. I just want to say one thing before you all go tonight. I know that Mr. Ellis mentioned at the beginning, but the school year is coming to an end, and if any of the students here would like to continue your studies in jazz, I am involved in two great summer programs, one at William Patterson University called the Summer Jazz Workshop, and one at Rutgers University called the Summer Jazz Institute. Both of them are geared towards high school students that are looking to next level up in jazz. It's fairly intense courses there. It's improvisation, it's jazz history, it's getting a chance to play in an ensemble and work on a daily basis with great professional performers. So if any of you have any interest in that, feel free to come ask me, or if you know Mr. Ellis, he can pass my information on to you, or just look it up, right? William Patterson, Rutgers, you all know the names. They have a summer jazz program. All right, thank you all. Have a great evening.